Hi, my name is Jessica Connor, and this is the Photoshop Basics tutorial over the Dodge tool. The Dodge tool is used to lighten an area of a photograph. And you can see we've talked about this in a previous tutorial how the dodge and burn process originated in a photography darkroom. Dodge and burn means to expose certain areas more or less, and Photoshop has a tool that mimics this process. And so in this image, I want to dodge, and I want to, as I've shown here, lighten an area. This photograph has pretty dark shadows on our faces, and so with the dodge tool, I'm going to be able to fix that and lighten it just a little bit. So the dodge tool is over here, and I've hovered over it, and you can see the burn tool. So if I right click, I can get to the dodge tool, and this shows a little shield that would be used to cover an image in a dark room, but here we're using it in Photoshop to lighten an area. So we're going to lighten our faces. I'm going to keep it on mid-tones, and I have a pretty big brush selected. First, before I get started, I want to right click and duplicate this layer. Just in case anything happens, I have my original, and I'm going to try and see how this bigger brush works, and I'm just going to click and lighten, and then same thing, move, click, and kind of move that brush around. It is important that you don't do this too much to make it look unnatural. I'm going to change the exposure. I'm going to drop it down to 25 so I'm not lightening as quickly, and I can control it a little bit more. I'm also going to decrease the size of my brush just a little bit and see how that does. And so you can see that I'm not lightening quite as fast, so I'm going to be able to have a little bit more say on how much I think it needs to be lightened. Feel free, if you do something that you don't like, click Control Z, go backwards, and try it again. It's just going to take some practice. I think the dodge and burn tool, and I'm not quite sure I like that. It was a little bit more difficult of a tool to master right away. But you can see by doing this, and I'll click back on my original, and you can see how much that kind of brightened our faces and allowed us to be seen a little bit more and not be overlooked. So have fun with the dodge tool and give it a shot.